Get comfortable with English in comfort. This is your English listening practice podcast to help you learn and improve naturally.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English in Comfort. I'm Anna.
And I'm James. We are back with another episode, best for your English listening and speaking practice.
That's right, James. And today, we are talking about agreeing and disagreeing.
Which we do all the time in our daily conversations. Now, agreeing is usually the easy part, right? It's fun. But disagreeing, that can be a little tricky.
It really can be. If you're not careful with your words, it can sound like you're starting an argument or even looking for a fight.
That's what I mean, and that's the last thing you want to do, especially when you're just trying to share your opinion in a friendly conversation.
But it's still important to be able to share what you think. And that is exactly why we made this lesson.
We want to show you how to do both, agreeing and disagreeing in English, in a way that is correct, polite, and always friendly.
We've gathered everything necessary so you can talk and share your ideas with confidence.
So get comfortable, grab your tea, and let's get started. Okay, so to get started, we are going to listen to a short, casual conversation.
This is a conversation between Sarah and Lena, making some plans and talking about their day. As you listen, pay close attention to how they agree with each other.
And don't worry if you don't understand everything because we will break down everything together right after.
I only meant to tidy my desk this morning. Somehow, it turned into a full apartment overhaul.
Same here. One tiny chore and suddenly everything's done. I couldn't agree more.
It actually feels nice to have it all finished.
Totally. When the place is neat, I sleep so much better.
I opened all the windows afterward. The whole flat feels lighter. I even moved the plant nearer the shelf so it gets more light.
Smart move.
Do you want to walk to the market later? A short walk would be nice, and I need a couple of things.
I second that. A short walk would be nice. And I also need groceries too.
Perfect. We can pick up snacks for tonight. By the way, I started that drama we talked about last week.
No way, you did?
Yeah, I finished the second episode and it surprised me.
You took the words right out of my mouth. The second episode hit me the same way.
We always end up liking the same shows.
We're always on the same page about slow, emotional stories. They just draw you in.
Why don't you come over later? We can watch the next episode together. We haven't done that in a while.
I'm with you on that. I'll bring the popcorn if you make the tea.
It's a deal.
It'll be nice to relax after a long morning. Cleaning, a walk, and a cozy show feels like a small victory.
You can say that again. Exactly my plan for today.
Okay, so that was the conversation between Sarah and Lena.
Yes, and as you probably heard, they were agreeing with each other a lot.
They were. And they use so many great natural phrases to do it. Let's break them down.
Sounds good. Let's start with the very first one, right at the beginning of the conversation. Sarah was talking about how she accidentally cleaned her whole apartment, and Lena said, "I couldn't agree more."
I couldn't agree more.
This is a wonderful, polite phrase. It just means, I agree with you 100%.
Exactly. It means it is impossible for me to agree any more than I do right now. It's a very clear way to show you feel the exact same way.
It's a great one to use when you really, truly feel the same as the other person.
It really is. And a very similar phrase, one that's also very common, is I feel the same way.
I feel the same way.
This one is so nice and simple. It just means my feeling is the same as your feeling.
It's very warm and empathetic. So, for example, if I said, I think this new project is a little bit stressful.
I could say, oh, I feel the same way. It shows you're not alone in that feeling.
That's a great one for feelings. But what about when someone shares an idea or an opinion that you agree with?
A common phrase for that is simply, "That's a good point."
That's a good point.
We use this when someone says something logical or smart, maybe something you hadn't thought of.
It shows you are really listening to their idea and that you accept it as true.
Let's try it.
James, I think we should work on our next project in the morning. The natural light is much better then.
You know, that's a good point. I wasn't thinking about the light. Let's do that.
That's a very useful one for work.
It is. And there was another one in the conversation that's also great for work or for making plans. Remember when Sarah asked Lena to go to the market?
Yes. And Lena said, I second that.
I second that.
This is a wonderful, slightly more formal way to say I agree or I support that idea. It comes from meetings where one person makes a suggestion and another person seconds it.
But we use it all the time in casual life. It's a great way to agree with a suggestion. Let's try it. I think we should order pizza for lunch.
Oh, I second that. It means, I agree with your idea, let's do it.
Now, let's talk about a really fun one. What about when someone says something that you were just about to say?
Yes. This happened in the conversation. Sarah was talking about the TV drama and how the second episode surprised her.
And Lena's reaction was, "You took the words right out of my mouth."
You took the words right out of my mouth.
This is such a great, friendly phrase. It means I was thinking that exact same thing and you said it first.
It's a very surprised and happy way to agree. It shows you are connected and thinking the same way.
Exactly. It's like, wow, we have the same brain.
And speaking of having the same brain, that leads us to the next phrase they used.
When they were talking about the shows they like, Lena said, "We're always on the same page."
We're on the same page.
This is a really common phrase, especially for work, but also for friendships. It means we understand each other, or we agree on this topic.
It's like you are both reading the same page in a book. You have the same information and the same understanding.
It's a great way to confirm you agree. I could say, "So the plan is to finish this, then take a break?"
And I would say, yes, we're on the same page.
And also a simpler, more direct way to say that is our next phrase.
That's just what I was thinking.
That's just what I was thinking.
This is so similar to, you took the words right out of my mouth. It means, my brain and your brain are having the same idea right now.
It's very friendly and shows you are really listening. Let's try it.
You know, I think it's getting a little cold in here. Maybe I should close the window.
That's just what I was thinking. I was about to say the same thing.
Now, there was another one in the dialogue, when Sarah invited Lena over to watch TV.
Oh yes. Lena's reply was simple and clear. She said, "I'm with you on that."
I'm with you on that.
This is a very common, casual way to say I agree with you, or I support your idea.
It makes the other person feel like you are on their side, like you are a team. I am with you.
So if I said, "I think we should take a short break,"
I could say, oh, I'm with you on that. Let's do it.
it's a simple, clear one. And for our next phrase, what about when you agree with a fact and you are 100% sure?
A great one for that is, no doubt about it.
No doubt about it.
This means that is 100% true. There is zero doubt, zero question in my mind.
You use this to agree with a statement of fact. For example, "Wow, it was a really long and difficult week."
No doubt about it. I'm so glad it's over.
That's a good one. And that leads us to our final phrase for agreeing, right at the very end of the conversation.
Yes. Sarah said it felt like a small victory to have a nice, cozy day,
And Lena's reply was, "You can say that again."
You can say that again.
This is a very common, enthusiastic way to agree. It means, "I agree with you so much, I want to hear you say it a second time."
It's not a real request, of course. It just shows that you feel the exact same way. Let's try it.
Phew, that was a lot of cleaning. I'm so tired.
You can say that again. I'm ready for a rest. And that's a really great way to show you agree. So we have all these great friendly phrases for agreeing. But James, now we have to talk about the tricky part.
Disagreeing. Yes, as we said earlier, this is the part that can make people feel nervous. You don't want to sound rude or start an argument.
Exactly. But disagreeing is a normal and necessary part of communication. You just have to do it in a way that is polite and respectful.
So let's listen to another conversation together. This one is between Lena and Sarah again, but this time they have very different ideas.
Again, pay attention to the way they disagree. They use a lot of soft, polite phrases to show they have a different opinion without being unkind or rude.
I think we should go to the beach next weekend. The weather's still warm.
I don't think so. It's getting a bit windy lately, and I don't really want to deal with sand everywhere.
True, but the wind makes it cooler. Not too hot.
Yeah, I'm not sure I agree. Last time it was windy, we couldn't even sit on the sand without everything flying away.
Okay, fair. Then what about the lake? It's quiet and clean.
I see your point, but it's kind of far, and we'd need to rent a car.
Maybe. But I think it's worth it for the view.
I respectfully disagree. The park near the hills is just as nice, and we can go there by bus.
I don't know. I still prefer water. Lakes just feel peaceful.
Yeah, but that's not how I see it. I like places where we can walk around and grab snacks, not just sit all day.
You're such a city girl.
Maybe, but I love a bit of noise.
Well, the park does have food stalls, I guess.
See? You're starting to agree with me.
I just like trying new places.
Fair enough. But if it rains, we'll be stuck in the car at the lake.
That's true. But we could always bring umbrellas.
I can't agree with that. You know how my hair gets when it's humid.
Oh, right. The curls. Okay.
I'm just saying, dry weather and a park sound safer.
Still, I think a little adventure is fun.
I'm afraid I disagree. I want to come home relaxed, not exhausted.
You and your comfort plans.
Guilty as charged.
Well, we'll see. The weather might surprise us.
Maybe, but not necessarily. It's been cloudy all week.
Okay. The park wins.
Deal. And next time, you're driving.
We'll see about that.
Okay, so that was the conversation between Lena and Sarah.
You know, James, after listening to that, it sounds like Sarah, well, she knows what she wants. She disagreed with Lena on almost every idea.
She really did. But you know what? It never felt like an argument. It still felt friendly.
Exactly. And that is the key. She disagreed politely. This is what we mean when we say it can be tricky. You have to use the right words.
So let's break down those phrases.
Let's start with the very first one she used. When Lena suggested going to the beach,
Sarah said, "I don't think so."
I don't think so.
This is a very common, simple, and direct way to disagree. It's polite, but it's very clear.
Let's try it. I think we should finish this whole project tonight.
I don't think so. We're both very tired. It's better to finish it tomorrow.
That's a great, clear example. A similar phrase, which is even a little softer, was the next one Sarah used.
Yes. I'm not sure I agree.
I'm not sure I agree.
I really like this one. It's very gentle. You are not saying you are wrong. You are saying, I am not 100% sure that I am on the same page as you.
It's very polite. For example, if you said, "This new software is much better than the old one."
I could say, I'm not sure I agree. It seems more confusing to me.
That's such a great way to be polite. Now, what about when you want to show that you understand the other person's idea first? This is a really great technique.
Yes, Sarah used this one. She said, I see your point, but
I see your point, but
the first part, I see your point, shows you were listening and you respect their idea. That makes them feel good. And that little word, but, is the signal that you are about to give your different opinion. Let's try it. We should have our meeting at 9 a.m. to finish it early.
I see your point, but some people have to take their kids to school. Maybe 10 a.m. is better. What's another one that is very polite and maybe a little more formal?
Sarah used this one. I respectfully disagree.
I respectfully disagree.
This is a very clear and, as the word says, respectful phrase. You are being very open that you have a different opinion. It's very good for professional or formal situations.
Yes. If a colleague said, "I think we should move the deadline,"
You could say, I respectfully disagree. I think the deadline is fine. Now, Sarah used another phrase when she was talking about the lake. She said, that's not how I see it.
That's not how I see it.
This is all about sharing your perspective. You are saying, the way I see this situation is different from the way you see it.
It's not about facts, it's about opinions. Let's try it. I think that new movie was very boring.
Really? That's not how I see it. I thought it was very exciting. There's another phrase that's polite, maybe a little more formal, but very clear. I beg to differ.
I beg to differ.
This is a strong classic way to say I do not agree. To differ just means to be different.
It's very polite. Let's try it. I think the best way to travel is by car.
I beg to differ. I think the train is much more relaxing.
In the conversation, Sarah also said, "I can't agree with that."
I can't agree with that. This one is very strong and direct, but it's still polite. You are saying that it is impossible for you to agree on this point.
She used it when Lena suggested bringing umbrellas in the rain, and Sarah was worried about her hair. It was a strong no for her.
Right. If I said, I think we should work this weekend to finish the project,
I could say, "I'm sorry, I can't agree with that. The team needs to rest."
another phrase is, I'm afraid I disagree.
I'm afraid I disagree.
That little phrase, I'm afraid, is so useful. It softens the disagreement. It's like saying, I'm sorry that I have a different opinion, but I do.
It's very professional and very kind. For example, I think the new blue color is perfect for the website.
I'm afraid I disagree. I think the green color is much calmer. And then we have the phrase, not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
This is a very smart phrase. It means that is not 100% true or that is not the only possibility.
Let's try it. If you study hard, you will always get a good grade.
Not necessarily. You might study hard, but the test might be very difficult. It's not a guarantee.
And for our last phrase, what's a very gentle way to correct someone if they say a wrong fact?
This one is so useful. That's not quite right.
That's not quite right.
The word quite is the magic word here. It's very soft. You're not saying you are wrong. You're saying you are almost right, but one detail is incorrect.
It's perfect for correcting a small mistake without making the other person feel bad.
For example, so the meeting is at 3 p.m. on Wednesday?
Ah, that's not quite right. It's at 3 p.m., but it's on Thursday.
So that was our list of phrases for disagreeing politely.
But you know, James, the phrases are only one part of the solution.
What's the other part?
It's your attitude. It's how you say the words.
You're so right. You could say a polite phrase like, I'm not sure I agree, but in a very angry or aggressive voice, and it would still sound rude.
Exactly. So, to add to all these phrases, a polite attitude and even a small friendly smile can make all the difference.
It helps the other person understand that you are not attacking them. You are just sharing a different idea.
Yes. It shows you are disagreeing with the idea, not with the person. And it's always better to be gently honest. I mean, adding lies and fake excuses is always a bad idea. If you don't want to go to the beach, it's better to say, I'm not a big fan of the sand.
Instead of making up a fake excuse like, oh, I have to visit my cousin.
Right. Because people can often tell when you're not being honest, and that feels much worse than a simple, polite disagreement.
So, the real secret is combining a polite phrase with a calm voice and an honest, friendly attitude. And that's it for today's episode of Daily Conversation in English for Practice. We hope all of these phrases for agreeing and disagreeing were helpful.
And now we have a question for you. What is your favorite or most useful polite phrase for disagreeing? Let us know in the comments below. We love to read your answers.
And as always, for more English listening and speaking practice, phrases, tips, and more, be sure to subscribe to English in Comfort.
Thanks for letting us be part of your learning journey.
Keep practicing, keep improving, and take care, everyone.